on my channel. I'm Tori Lynn. Let's blossom today. Today I'm going to be organizing my pantry. It is a disaster. I had gone through a while back and kind of organized it in like sections of like where stuff goes, but stuff has just been shoved in there throughout time. It's gotten disastrous. Stuff needs to be thrown away that's been outdated. Like there's just so much stuff in there and it's never truly been like completely organized. We have a very small pantry closet. This is it behind me, and it's actually like in our dining room area. We live in a pretty small apartment and it has a very small kitchen with very limited space. So actually here in the dining room is where our pantry closet is. This is actually our entry hallway here. This is the dining room here in front of me, pantry closet, the hallway into the bathroom and the bedrooms, and then the living room is over that way. So it's a very small apartment, limited storage. This teeny tiny little door here is our pantry closet that holds all our grocery bags on the top shelf, all our foods, canned goods, boxed foods, all that stuff on these two middle shelves. This bottom shelf here is all my Tupperware containers that I don't even really use. A few of them I do, but they're mostly like Tupperware containers that have been given to me, like sent home with leftovers in it basically. And then on the bottom has like our big water jug for our water machine. I think our griddle is down there. Costco sized box of Kraft mac and cheese that's been down there for way too long. I'm sure it's outdated. Like it just needs to be completely gone through, get rid of things that are expired, outdated, not good anymore, and really needs to be organized. So I went to Marshall's, and my mom's also given me a few things, but I went to most of it from Marshall's, and I bought a ton of organizing containers. Like a ton. Like this whole half of my dining room table is covered in organizing containers. Like I said, I've never really organized this. You can see there's like no organizing containers, no organizing stuff in there, nothing to keep it organized. So I bought a ton of acrylic containers, tubs, bins, all kinds of stuff to help us keep this cupboard organized. And I think that's what this pantry has been lacking for the last 4.5, almost 5 years that we've lived here, is it just hasn't had any structure. It's had nothing to help keep it organized. Even though I said, okay, this section, this shelf will be where the canned goods go. This will be where the box stuff goes. This will be where the baking goes. There's just nothing to help keep it structured and organized. Everything just gets thrown on the shelf, piled on top. It's already a small cupboard, and then one whole shelf is dedicated to grocery bags, one whole shelf is dedicated to Tupperware that I don't even use. So I think I'm gonna go through and condense down my Tupperware section, condense down those bags, and just really crack down and get this stuff organized. So let me show you what I got from Marshall's and all the containers I have. Now I did keep my receipts in case I don't use all of it, because I bought a lot of stuff not knowing for sure what I would need, but I got a lot. So let me show you guys. So here's the overview of the table. Like it is stacked full of stuff. So I got originally all of these containers. Now these are probably what I might not need all of, but this is for like loose stuff for powders, you know, flours, sugar, even smaller items, graham crackers, you know, granola bars, things like that would probably go really well in these. Pastas, cereals, things like that, although we don't have a lot of those. But so I got a bunch of these. I got 2 in each size and style. I got a couple round ones. I got a couple medium size. I got a couple more rectangular ones. This one's got Cheez-Its on it. So I got a bunch of those, and these ones are super easy to open. They're just, you flip up the top and they open up, but they seal down nice and tight. So I think I got my first 2 from Home Goods actually, and then the rest of them I got at Marshall's, and I got the first 2 I think on clearance, and that's why I decided to get these particular ones because they have a lot of different styles. And then I got a thing for cans for all our canned goods. I don't even know if this will hold all of them, but I have a lot of canned goods, so I might need to buy another one, but I started with just one for now. And then I got these really big bins. These were 2 for $9.99. I guess I could tell you prices on all of these. These 2 big ones here, which are 4.6 liters, are $9.99 a piece. Then these 2 medium-sized ones were $7.99 a piece, and it looks like these ones, these medium-sized ones, are the ones I got from Home Goods. Those ones were $7.99 a piece. These round ones here were the ones I got on clearance for $6 a piece. See, these kind of rectangular ones were $6.99 a piece. And like I said, this was a bundle of 2 for $9.99. And these are nice, big, deep tubs that I figured I could put boxes of, like, I don't know, cereal or Bisquick or something like that in there. Just stuff in boxes or drinks or whatever. I don't know, whatever I might need to stack in there. And then I got 2 sets of these bundles. So there's 4 containers here all together, and they come in a set of 2 for $9.99 as well. These ones are not as big depth-wise or width-wise, but they're actually a little bit longer. And these were $9.99 as well. I can't remember if I said that. And then I got this woven basket to put all the bags in. And this was $12.99. And then these containers over here were from my mom. There's 2 different sizes in these, and they just have the nice snap-on lid, and then they have the little pour spout there on the side. And then those Rubbermaid containers were also from my mom. So that is everything I have. So what I think I want to do is start by taking everything out of the pantry and putting it on the table and just figuring out how to organize it into my bins and containers. That is what I did when I organized the hall linen closet, which if you guys haven't seen that video, I will link that video down below. But that just seems to be the easiest way for me to do it, is to just take everything out and try to kind of Tetris my way into these boxes and containers and whatnot, and then put those containers back into the closet. So let me show you what the closet fully looks like, what this pantry looks like right now. Let's just do like a little overview and kind of show you how disorganized it is. It has literally like no organization anymore whatsoever. It's so bad. Okay, so here's just kind of an overview of it. So on the very top shelf here, we've got all our grocery bags. I don't throw them away, especially now our state has gone to these really like thick plastic bags that you have to pay like 5 cents a bag for. And when I go grocery shopping, I always take my reusable bags with me. But we've done a lot of Instacart lately, and of course they don't take bags with them. They bring you the bags from the stores. So now I have been increasing my bag selection. And then down here on the next shelf, it's got chips, there's ramen, there's pasta, there's coffee filters that I don't use that I got in an Instacart order. We've got cornbread, candy from Easter. We've got chocolate syrup and my coffee syrups, oatmeal. Like, this originally was supposed to be like the chips and bagged goods and boxed foods. And then that kind of has, you know, that's kind of changed. It's our boxed foods, as you can see, has fallen over into this shelf because this shelf got so full. So down on this shelf, our canned foods mostly have stayed on this shelf. All our canned foods are down here on this side, and then things have just kind of overflown. But as you can see, I have a decent amount of canned foods over there. And then we've got, you know, graham crackers and Bisquick and popcorn. All of my baking things are on this side. We've got flour, Crisco, chocolate chips, brown sugar. And then there's things like hot cocoa and marshmallows. And I think all of my s'more stuff is in here. Shredded coconut back in there. Like, there's just all kinds of stuff. I think there's powdered sugar in there. Like, it all just needs to be organized so badly. And then down on this shelf is just nothing but Tupperware. I don't know if there's anything but Rubbermaid and my plasticware. I call all of it Tupperware. I know it's not all Tupperware brand, but I just call it Tupperware. So yes, I need to go through some of these things. I will keep, like this, which the lid is somewhere in here, but this container was like my great grandmother, so I will keep that. And Some of it I know, like this I know belongs to my aunt, and some of it belongs to my mom and my mother-in-law, and that kind of stuff, and I will try to get them back their containers. And some of it I will keep, like I have some bigger bowls for when I make salsa and that kind of stuff, but the rest of it, I think I'm just gonna get rid of. I'm gonna either take to other people or take it to the Goodwill. I don't know, I don't need this much. Like I said, I typically just use my glass Pyrex containers or bowls because they have the plastic lids that fit on them, and I keep those in my kitchen and my cupboards in there. And those are what I always use for my leftovers. So these I do not really need. Maybe just a few containers for if I send leftovers home with other people. And then down here we've got our water from Costco. These go in the fridge probably. Or if it's not ready, if our fridge is full, then it stays in here. This is our big water jug for our water machine. That box down there, like I said, is the mac and cheese box from Costco. Costco size mac and cheese box. That's really old. There's some garbage on the floor that needs to be picked up. And I think our griddle back in there. So all of it just needs to be gone through and cleaned up. So, yeah. Pretty darn messy if I do say so myself. So I'm going to start pulling this stuff out, setting it on the table, and then we'll go from there. Here is all of the food. I ended up just throwing all of my containers on the ground because I ran out of space for them. So I think I'm just going to get rid of most of them, figure out what belongs to who, and give that to him. And the rest of them I'm just going to take to Goodwill because I actually found an entire brand new box, never been opened, 18 count Rubbermaid set of containers. So I'm probably just going to keep that and get rid of everything else that's down here. This is a stack of stuff that's going to Goodwill, so that's why it's still sitting down there. I just threw them on the ground, tossed them because I ran out of space on the table. So I'm going to go through and figure out what has lids, what doesn't. Anything that doesn't have a lid I'm honestly just going to throw away. And then what does have lids, I'll figure out what belongs to who and give it to them. But anyways, so this is all the food. So now I need to go through some things. I even had like 2 bags of one partially eaten, one that hadn't even been open. I'm going to go through, find out what's been open, what's expired, what should just be thrown away, what's not going to get eaten, what I should keep, what I'm going to get rid of, all that good stuff. And then start to put it in the containers. start on the top shelf. I just have the big woven basket full of all the bags. And then on the next shelf down, I had to get kind of creative to get everything fit in here. So here I put all the noodles in this container. And then behind it, this basket or bucket or whatever you want to call it has all the drink stuff. So there's hot cocoa mix, there's the Starburst mixes, there's all our Crystal Light drinks, and then all these syrups in the back. And I also have like the chocolate syrups and that kind of stuff in there as well. But just basically all our drink mixes go in there. And then we've got our sugar and the brown sugar in here because that's just where they fit best. And then our big container of rice goes here. And then behind that, they easily slide over, all our boxed foods. So we've got our rice-a-roni or pastaroni actually. I have some stovetop stuffing, graham crackers, some oatmeal, and then a Bisquick. Put all the big boxed food items in there. And then that shelf just looks so nice and clean and just easily seen and accessible. And then you go down, and I had to, as you can see, kind of separate our canned items. There's just way too many canned food items to all fit in that one can thing. I maybe could have gotten 2 of them, or I should have gotten 2 of them really, but I didn't. But it worked out fine with the way everything laid out there. So I got 2 things of canned food. And then over here is all the bagged food items. We've got ramen. We've got bean flakes. We've got all the potatoes. All the like Idahoan mashed potatoes. Bisquick and cornbread mix. We've got some smaller bags of jasmine rice. And then some granola in the very, very back there. And I don't have any of the canisters up here. I just thought it looked a little bit cleaner without that there, especially because I think this will be the shelf that I use stuff from the most. And then down on the bottom shelf, all this stuff is the baking stuff. It has like the Crisco and the chocolate chips and any candy. And actually I have only a little bit of flour left. So I didn't put that in one of the containers. I just left it in there. But like the melting chips and marshmallows and all that are just in there. And then this has got powdered sugar, a big old container of powdered sugar. And then these are the, can't even think what these are called at the moment, but those Italian cookies that are really good for like cookie sandwiches and stuff. I have a whole bunch of those left over. So I took them out of the container that they were in and just put them in here. And then behind there is all the hot cocoa K-Pods. And then over in the container on this side is like chips and rice cakes. And then a few kind of like popcorn and dip mixes and just kind of leftover stuff. And then I wasn't 100% sure where I wanted to put the jar of peanut butter. So it also got stuck in there because that was like the only place left for it. Down the bottom, I cleared it out, and there's our waters, and then the box of Premier Protein in the back. And so everything looks really nice and clean and just aesthetically pleasing and so easy to find stuff now. I won't have things falling out on me when I try to dig around in the cupboard. My downstairs neighbors will definitely appreciate that. I do need to put the box of Rubbermaid stuff that I have over here. I need to put that in there. I think I'm just going to maybe stick that behind like the baking stuff or something. Or maybe even on the top shelf behind the bags until I need it. But I will hold on to that. We had 3 bags of garbage essentially between the boxes of like the rice and the K-cups and all that stuff. All the boxes of the food came out of that went into those containers and the food that we threw away. 3 bags of garbage, and that doesn't even include the Tupperware containers that I still need to go through and figure out what doesn't have lids and what goes where. That's still on the floor over here. Not looking forward to that. I need to do that as soon as we're done doing this. So now I finally have this dang pantry organized. It's gonna feel so good to be able to get in there and just find what I need when I need it, to not have to dig around. I love having things looking nice, to have them aesthetically pleasing. It feels really good to have your spaces organized. I don't know that this cupboard has ever really truly been organized since we moved into this place, so it's just gonna feel so good to have that done. I hope this was inspirational for you if you have like a closet or a drawer or a cupboard or even a room that needs to be organized and cleaned out. I think every room, closet, cupboard has kind of been organized. This is just the last space that really hadn't had any organization whatsoever. Things get messy from time to time, but this place, this closet, this pantry has just never had really any true organization. There was stuff in there that was dated, like outdated in 2018. That's how long it had been in there. Some stuff that had never been opened. I had some shredded coconut, which I don't know if that stuff really goes bad. And usually I don't care about dates, but that stuff's, what, 3 years old now, so.
I care.
Yeah, my husband definitely cares, so I decided at 2018, that's a little pushing the date on some stuff. So, and stuff that I hadn't, like, I knew had been in there so long, I don't even know how long it's been in there. Like, I don't even know the last time I used it. I was like, okay, like, yeah, it's beyond its date, let's throw it out. So, anyways, it just feels so good to have this cleaned out. It looks so nice. Hope you guys liked this video. If you did, then give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.